Yeah, what's up for a nightcap? Chill, you know, kick back.
Welcome to the Nightcap. It's your girl, Carolina Sanchez, and I want to know, are you ready to love? I mean, we're entering the season of love, right? And so as we get older, we're in our 30s and 40s, and we're single, where are we going to? How are we finding that loved one who's going to warm us up at night? Well, who better to discuss than the cast members of Ready to Love?
Well, I'll be helping 20 eligible singles find something real. And there's more than a few surprises along the way. For the first time in Ready to Love history, we're gonna find out if the lonely hearts of the Lone Star State are truly ready to love.
That's right, Ready to Love Season 4 was here in Houston, and I've got some of the cast members here. We've got Tressa Ellaby, Ron Freeman, and Stacy B.
Hey, girl.
Yes. So for people who haven't watched Ready to Love, what is the premise of the show?
It is dating from the men's perspective.
From the men's perspective? Why do you say from the men's perspective? Ron's like, absolutely not.
No, honestly, the creator, Will Packer, that's what he wanted to showcase was, you know, all the options that men have and you know, their whole, it literally says dating from the male perspective.
It's 10 to 10.
It's still though, but at the end of it though, you all still have 3, 4, 5 women to choose from and have to whittle it down.
Overall, it's about dating older, right? Because we've seen so many dating shows where it's like younger people stuck on an island trying to eat coconuts, wearing a coconut.
Right.
So this was the idea, Will's idea was to have a mature audience, have a mature dating cast, and let's explore what it's like for people who have been in relationships, have not, may have kids, may not, and put them all together and let's see what we get.
See what we get.
That was my premise, I thought, of the show. I thought.
He's like, I don't know what Tressa's saying.
They told me that they were putting, you know, the Real World and all that had younger Jersey Shore, all those type of shows had younger people doing relationship stuff, and older people wasn't getting on TV to kind of show their experiences, things of that nature.
I mean, you're right. You both are still right. It's just still dating from the male's perspective, you know, 35 and up.
35 and up.
35 and up.
On the show, did you guys find love?
No. Hell no.
Why not?
Hell no.
I just
So many different reasons.
just my king wasn't there.
Your king wasn't
My
there.
king definitely wasn't there. Looking at some of their feet, we can tell why.
Did you say feet?
Feet? Were you looking at their feet?
I am afraid of feet.
Oh,
and this
okay.
man tried to touch me with his feet, and they were just,
And you were like, absolutely not. Disgusting.
You know what, Stacy?
Ron, you were trying to find love with multiple women.
Yeah, I was trying.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't think my match overall was there.
Yeah.
Maybe not. I don't know. You know.
he's been waiting to rub on me all night.
I've been trying to rub on that dress all night, but I gave it a good shot. You know, it's difficult dating these days, and we're all just looking for a miracle.
Looking for a miracle. Is that what it is? Because I mean, I feel like you guys got on the show in the hopes of being able to find love in that way, right, on TV, and hopefully being set up with 10 other successful it might lead to love. So how have you guys been trying to find a partner on your own?
My thought was they all had their backgrounds checked. And I was just like, you know, what better way to start off than to make sure that, you know, you haven't been, you know, raping nobody. I mean,
Right. It's not
so
a
I
nightmare.
just, I was just more comfortable with that whole thought of it. But I didn't necessarily assume that I would find love, but just like, you know, why not? Let's just give it a try.
Did you guys get paid to be on the show?
Absolutely.
Okay, so it's a nice bag either way, right?
Very-
so like
very
if
well.
I get money and hopefully I find love too,
Then
and get
great.
exposure being on TV.
You know, all of it, and we were treated like kings and queens too. So it was a really good experience. Well, look, maybe not true,
Maybe not
but
you.
they
Right.
really
These
catered.
people.
They really catered to us, and most of the production staff were African Americans. I love that, you know.
Yeah.
But it just taught me to date more than one man at a time, without the sex. Date more than one man at a time, and determine what you like, what you don't like, weed them out.
Yeah, women don't really
You know
do
what I
that.
mean?
Women
We don't.
date
Men do
multiple-
it.
Yeah,
But
men
that's
do.
what
Men do
that's
it.
what dating is. Like
That's
when
what
you're
it
in that
is, yeah.
situation, you learn that dating is exploring your options. Like until you got a ring on the I don't even care about the ring on the finger. Until we cross the threshold and my name changed, then I'm dating everybody.
Right.
No, come on now.
Yeah, I don't.
Okay.
I
No, come
disagree.
on.
Ron, how do you feel about it? Why do you disagree?
Because I mean, I've dated. I feel I dated in two different eras. I've dated in my 20s, and now we're stepping in the 40s, and I remember it was a lot easier to date back then than it is now. It seemed like the expectations have went up.
What do you mean? What were the expectations when you were in your 20s?
Have gone up.
God, Stacy.
Ron, here you
jab.
Ron is trying to justify toxicity. That's what he about to do. Go ahead, tell your story, Ron. Go ahead.
What was the difference between 20s and now?
Toxicity.
Well, I feel like
He was toxic in his 20s.
no,
And
it
he was
wasn't that.
toxic on Ready to Love. You got caught in multiple lies on Ready to
I was
Love.
not lying to nobody. Man. I got caught in multiple edits.
Oh, blame it on the edit.
Y'all was there. Y'all know what the deal is. So anyway, like I said, I feel like it was easier to get in relationships in that era. Harder to get in relationships now because expectations have gone up, but easier to have sex. That's why we're kind of in the hookup era right now because sex is easier now. Relationships are harder to get into because expectations are higher. And it comes with a woman kind of getting to an older age. She's making more money now. She has more expectations. She's had more experience with men. So therefore her expectations are higher. But
He talking about us and our expectations. He's speaking for us.
think about women. So when expectations go higher, a man has to do more, right? So his risk in that relationship actually goes up because if it doesn't work, I've given more to that relationship. It didn't work out. So therefore, I have a higher risk when expectations go up. So men are kind of been like, okay, what am I getting for this higher risk? Well, I'm getting an older woman, so I'm getting less kids. I'm getting a woman that's probably bringing kids or a little more stuff to the table. I'm getting more expectations from her because she's had more experience and she wants more stuff. So now it's like, ugh.
So it's harder. All right, ladies, I know you guys want to address it. Let's wait a bit because we've got Bevin Biggers who's got her beloved banana. We'll be right back. Welcome back to the Nightcap. I'm behind the bar now with my girl Bevin Biggers because you're here to do what? Back that glass up, baby. And you were actually on Ready to Love season 4, right? When it was
Yes,
here
I was
in
in a
Houston?
couple of episodes. I don't remember which ones I was on, but I definitely got a lot of people drunk.
Yes,
so
you were
that's
the
all that mattered.
bartender there.
Yes.
And now you hear the bartender on the Nightcap, and you made something to go with the theme of love.
Yeah, you know, when I think of love and the way it tastes, I think of banana bread. So this is why I came up with Bevin's Beloved Banana. And it's
love
just
it.
a few ingredients, okay?
Nothing complicated.
Some bourbon, some banana liqueur, a little Fino sherry, liqueur 43, and that's it.
I love it.
So I'm gonna shake some up and then strain it in the glass, and we'll have some banana bread.
Let's do it. So this sherry thing, I've seen the other ingredients, but what is sherry exactly? Is that
Sherry is almost like wine, but it's made with raisins. Tastes like raisins, and it ages really bad. So once you drink it, once you open the bottle, please drink it. It's not gonna get better with age. It's gonna just get worse.
Okay. And that's a big bottle, so we're gonna have to drink a lot of these Bevin Beloved bananas.
Yeah, these muscles right here.
So when it comes to love, boo-boo, do you feel like it's harder when we get older?
I'm fairly young, but yes. Just because there's a lot of social media, a lot of internet, a lot of options, just constant, you know, always want to search. There's always something better. There's always something out there. And you always feel like you're never satisfied.
And you have access to everything.
Everything you can get on apps, you can get on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, Christian Mingle, you know, Black People Meet. I mean, there's always something like, oh, I'm not too satisfied with this, so let me go and look for more and more and more and more. And then you find out that the grass is never really greener. You say, oh, I want this, but then you go somewhere else and you go somewhere else.
They might have that, but they're lacking that other
So
thing.
it's just like, it just gets worse and worse. So that's why I don't believe in settling or anything, but just pick your biggest things that you can, you know, that you want, and then go from there. Because people are just not perfect. You're not perfect, I'm not perfect. There's gonna be always something you don't like.
Yeah.
But overall, if I like the person, then I'll work with them.
Yeah, we gotta be willing to compromise, right?
Absolutely.
But we ain't gonna compromise.
Not too much, okay? That's strong.
Oh yeah. Okay,
The
our
strongest
guest
banana bread I've ever had.
We're actually gonna get these people to talk a little bit more with these strong drinks, okay?
Yeah, you gotta finish the whole thing.
All right, you stay right there because the conversation with Ready to Love cast members continues right after the break. Welcome back to the Nightcap. We've been talking to cast members from Ready to Love. We've got Bevin, Tressa, Ron, and Stacy. And before I headed over to the bar to have this delicious drink, Ron was saying that the expectation for men increases with age. Ladies, you guys were a little shaken up there in your seats. How do you guys feel about that statement?
Unless you're trying to date, unless a man that's 40, 50 years old is trying to date someone that he has no business dating, the expectations are pretty much going to be the same. We want someone to provide. We want someone to respect us, to hear us, to be a companion. That stuff is not changing. It's just that because we are older, we don't take. That's really that's really all I'm expecting, is to not deal with the games. If you don't want to be in a relationship, then say that.
Yeah.
Don't string people along and all of that, and because we're older now, all of a sudden I'm a place setter until you find a younger woman. Now that type of stuff, no, we don't want to deal with that.
We don't have games. We don't have time for the
we have
games.
no time for games. And the older that we are, then yes. I mean, one reason I was told that I wasn't chosen for several reasons, but one of them was not wanting to have any more kids, you know. But now that I have a man and he wants more kids, I've never felt like this about any man. So now I would consider it. And I am 44 years old.
Ooh, wow.
Now, will it happen? It probably won't.
But you're considering it, like the relationship has led you to.
It was all about the man and how comfortable I am, and the whole thing of wanting to submit, and older women don't submit. Submitting and all that's a natural thing. It's not something that a man asks you.
I hate that.
Men are so obsessed
I
with
hate
submitting.
that's become like a
obsessed
trigger
with it.
word.
Why don't you just submit to me?
That's so dumb.
Submit to me. Get a good spanking here and there. Just submit to me.
Right.
I'm over it.
But you don't even have to use the term submit.
Yeah,
like
it's
it's,
weird.
just so, it's like so.
You don't.
It
You
was
really
like
don't.
like some social media person made it popular, and so now it's just like this common word that everybody wants to use to trigger people or to be provocative.
Yeah.
Now my take on it is a little bit different, right? I'm 41, so I'm like the first millennials, right? I lived in an era where we didn't have internet, and then we did, and then we didn't have cell phones, and then we did.
Right.
We had Facebook. We were there for the beginning of everything, where like a lot of younger people, that's all they know. And then a lot of older people, like people older than me, they don't know anything about it.
Right.
So I feel like women like me in my age group, right? The early millennials, we were if you think about when we came up, very many of us were first generation college graduates. We were very focused on career success and things like that. So I think that for many of us, dating, families became like an afterthought. Now for me, I got married a little bit earlier. I think I was like 25, but I was still focused on my education and my children,
and your career.
my business, my career. And so I think that now these women like me, so now I'm divorced, right? It's a lot of women. Some of my girlfriends who've never been married, they might not have kids, and we're all in the same age group, but there are a lot of us that's divorced as well. And so now you have these men who are in our same age group, who did date younger because we were so career focused. And they've gotten accustomed to this toxic language, this breakup to makeup, all of this foolishness that him 20 and 30-year-old Ron had to deal with.
Right.
But now they want to come home to mamas. Now they want stability, and they want intelligent women. They want people who's not going to be like high conflict. They want to come home. They want to go to a home, right? But the problem is
they've played the field and dealt with the foolishness.
The problem is they can't communicate with us anymore. We don't speak the same language because they've been doing this toxic stuff, and we've been surviving and thriving.
Ron, you've got feelings.
Is dating younger toxic? I mean,
Well,
I think that's kind of like
a lot of older dudes want to date us, but we don't really take you guys seriously.
And they don't understand that.
And we're even
I mean,
more
like,
a
I mean,
lot
like
of
in a
us are
toxic
even more
environment.
progressive to where we're doing the same thing. We want our
wanna
own money,
build.
own car, own whatever. So we see a lot of older dudes as like play dates.
But
Right, and they
in
don't get
general,
that.
women have always kind of dated older men.
Yeah, but that's because
I mean,
that's
not like crazy, like
was a
15
it's
years.
because it's not a systematic thing, but it's a historical type of thing.
Yeah.
Older men have always pretty much dominated younger women, have always tried to impregnate us really young, you know. You see the age difference now. Back in the day, you could be in a relationship with a 40-year-old man at 16 and have a full family.
Exactly.
Right? So the times have changed.
And it doesn't mean it's
consistently.
right.
Yeah, it doesn't mean that it's right.
Frontal lobe hasn't even developed to you know,
No,
until you're
not that young.
25.
Yeah, but no, I don't see anything wrong with it. But I don't
wrong.
think that there's a grass is greener on the other side because we're younger. We're also not stupid. We know what's going on a lot of times.
Exactly.
Well, I wasn't trying to have a blanket statement
No,
like
not you.
all
I'm saying
younger
for
women
him.
are toxic.
Right.
I'm saying like there's this social media generation of toxicity where this is normalized behavior, like acting a fool, popping on top of the car in traffic. All of this is
High
normalized.
drama, yeah.
High drama, low affection, you know, and unfortunately, you know, a lot of men, you know, they've been living their best lives with that culture. And then they reach a point of maturity and they're like, oh, okay, let's go to mama.
Yeah.
And then we're like, well, I don't even know what you're talking about. Like, we're not, are you speaking English? Because I don't know what you're saying.
You feel like you can't communicate the same. I'm sorry, Ron. You're being run over by women. So what is your take? And I'll get to you.
His response is going to be defensive. Go ahead.
It's not defensive. I definitely hear what you're saying. I'm saying this, that women, what I see is a lot of women in my exact age group have done what Stacy said. Like I said, they was in a career trying to get that started, or they had a kid very young, you know, probably from the wrong guy, and they didn't feel real comfortable until that kid, you know, got older, and because being a single mom is, you're dependent on yourself. You really can't 100% depend on anybody all the time, and I understand that. So they were getting out of the way, and now you got these women at 40, and they're like excited, like 20-year-olds, like, I'm ready now. And we're like, man, I asked you for that 7 summers ago.
Well, everybody has a lot of opinions about dating over 40 and what men and women should be doing, but stick around, we'll be right back. Well, this round is brought to you by Innovative Lasers of Houston, and we've got the CEO in the building, Laura Alexis. Thank you so much for being here. Now, these lasers just sound outrageously too good to be true. They are aimed to take away your fat, basically?
Actually, it does not destroy the fat, so it shrinks it. So it's a very natural procedure. So I want you to think about how when you go to the gym and you work out, you're not destroying your fat cells, right? You're shrinking them.
Oh, am I shrinking them?
Yes.
I wish I was destroying them.
No,
That's what it feels like.
No, let me tell you, you don't want to destroy them. You know why?
Why?
In the event that you get a procedure like liposuction or freezing methods like cold sculpting where you remove or destroy the fat cells, you will never gain weight in that area. If you choose to
Be unhealthy and gain the weight back?
then you're going to gain it in very undesirable places. For example, check this out. You cannot tell your body, hey, I just lost my job. I'm going to sit home and eat bonbons. I'm going to gain weight, so please don't go in my face because I love my pictures. Or more importantly, please don't go in my heart because I need my heart to live. The fat is going to go wherever there's fat cells. So you don't want to destroy your fat cells. Look, I don't want to gain weight, but if I were to, I would rather be symmetrical just like God made me.
Okay, so this is
a very
shrinking, not removing, destroying.
Very natural.
And you're saying that we want to keep the fat cells because otherwise, if I take
Then
it out of
you'll get
here, then I'm going to
distorted.
get it randomly on my rib cage or something?
I don't know if you've seen some
want
people,
that.
they're almost like waddling because their hips are really big, but they have a cute little waist. Or they're wearing oversized shirts because for some reason the fat decided to go in their arms and they have a really cute waist. That's probably because at one point in their life, they had a procedure like liposuction or cold sculpting where the fat cells were manipulated, destroyed, you know, and that's what happens.
So
if
Laura,
you gain weight.
how does it work?
So the laser itself creates tiny microscopic tears into the fat cell. The content of the fat cell is naturally seeping through the lymphatic system to the process of urine and sweat. When that happens, bam, the results are immediate. Clients can expect to see 3 to 11 inches in 2 weeks, typically half a pound to a pound per visit.
That's insane.
Very overwhelming results, and we guarantee it.
No, what do you mean you guarantee it?
We guarantee 3 to 11 inches every 2 weeks.
So if I come and I don't see 3 to 11 inches, do you give me
get your money back? Yeah.
Oh, I get my money back?
Yeah.
Dang.
That's the guarantee, people.
That's a guarantee. That's a guarantee.
Yeah.
And you guys actually have a special going on right now.
Yes, typically the transformation package is $2,400, but for viewers right now, it's half off. So give us a call. And we have 9 locations, 1 near you.
Well, you heard it right here from the CEO herself, Laura Alexis. If you're interested in the special, hit them up. This was the last round, brought to you by Innovative Lasers of Houston. Cheers to you, and cheers to you.
Cheers to you.
Missed out on the nightcap? Well, head on over to our YouTube page and catch up with Carolina.
You can watch full episodes anytime you want. And don't forget to share it with your friends, because we got to keep the conversation flowing.
If you're confident in yourself, who can stop you?
Ding dong, titties.
We're not looking to hurt the sisters.
Gotcha.
But you know, we can get men pretty big.
Why do I look disgusting?
No.
Also, fellas, the toy is not your enemy, it's your teammate.
Tag it in.
Join us weeknights on Fox 26 at 11:30 and anytime on Fox Soul.